Good morning, good afternoon, everybody. How are you? I just want to do a quick check-in before we get started. A couple things that are pressing on my mind today. One is I hope everyone after yesterday feels that their CRM is something that's simple, it's easy to do, it's something they can organize, and something that's not like this massive, complicated lift. Did you guys feel that way? Michelle, welcome back. I hope you had a good vacation. And so, look, one of the things I wanted to just touch upon is this idea that people have that just because I talk about something today, it's something that they need to do. And learning how to get the most out of a coaching program over a 6-month period is a learned skill that most people were never taught, never talk about, because most coaching programs are geared to just make you keep coming back. You ever wonder why you keep trying to learn the same information and it never sticks? It's because teaching people how to prioritize their learning is really important. And understanding that how this works is very simple. There's nothing bad that can happen to you of showing up in a structured setting, hearing, learning something new, connecting with your colleagues, showing up, being prepared, turning your cameras on. Nothing. It's only going to benefit you. Where the real magic happens is understanding how to prioritize your learnings. There should be something at all times that we're focused on. And it's like building a foundation to a house. You have to build the foundation first. So if you look at your foundation in terms of your business, it's your core 4, it's your KPIs of money, it's your CRM, it's learning how to have effective conversations with people, right? At the buying and selling process. And then you layer on strategy on top of there. So if you learn something, like we're going to talk about social media today, and it's not something that you're focused on today, don't start something new when you haven't finished the old. Don't assume that just because you sat in on a coaching session today, that this is something you need to go run and do. Now, what you actually want to do is take the information that you learned, and whether it's a month from now, 2 months from now, 3 months from now, organize it into your calendar of when you want to start doing it. Because then you at least have a plan going forward of when to do the things that are in alignment with your goals. Because if you just continue to focus on, I'm going to start this new, I'm going to start this new, nothing's ever going to get completed. And if you don't have a plan to implement what you're learning, it's never going to go anywhere. So when I look at thousands of agents and why this isn't working, it's really simple. No one ever completes anything. And the most foundational elements of this business, people never spend any time on. Does that make sense to everybody? So one of the things I kicked around the idea in the morning session for the next 6 months, I want to see for all of you is hosting a bonus webinar on how to go back and maximize what we learned. Hit yes if that would be helpful for you. And if enough people want it, it's something we'll do. Because look, for me, it's always simple. It's you showed up, you put your time here, you invested your resources here. I want to teach you how to do this in all aspects of your life. See, everyone has a goal, a wish, a desire, a want, but it comes down to aligned action. And aligned actions comes down to being able to prioritize what you need to do first and how you spend your time. So today we're going to talk, is that kind of just a good check-in with everyone? And I hope that takes some of the pressure off of people that they constantly have to keep doing something or they're behind. You're not behind in anything. You're behind because you choose to invest your time into the wrong things that don't move your goals forward. That's why you're constantly behind. See, the whole benefit of coaching and learning any kind of structured skill is so it makes things more efficient, more repeatable, then it becomes predictable, and then you could really understand how to plan your day and get the most out of it. Everyone from Robert Refkin to you to me, we all have the same 24 hours a day. But what I always wondered since I was a young professional was, how are some people just able to get so much more done in a day than other people? You look at some people's jobs, they have this much responsibility and other people have this much responsibility, right? If you're a single parent, like there's some clients who have their single moms of 3 kids. They have to balance 3 kids' schedules, all the responsibilities that come with them, their business, their clients, themselves, and they all seem to get it done. And then there are other people that have challenges just doing the most basic things. So I've been obsessed with this whole human performance element. And that's why we tell you to time block. That's why we give you the notes. That's why we give you the action steps. So when you want to go back to doing this, all of the information's there. That's what we talk about when you write notes, write them in the context of how you can use this stuff in your business, not make a social media calendar. So we're going to go into social media calendar and planning today. We'll give you a template. It's like everything else, we've simplified this down. But here's some do's and don'ts about these platforms. Number one, the most important thing is, if you have not watched The Social Dilemma, watch it. These platforms are literally built based on behavioral psychology, and they're made to have you on the platforms as long as possible, because you realize we all get access to something for free. And think about how many engineers and people and support and all the things that go into a business. Now think about your business and think about the millions and millions of people that are on these social platforms. You're not the customer. The advertisers are the customer. So their goal is to keep you engaged and on these things as long as possible. So when you go on to them, ask yourself, what is the purpose of my time here? And if you have a clear purpose in what you're doing, why you're somewhere, you can show up in a meaningful way. So your purpose on there should be to connect with people, to stay in touch with people, to comment, engage with people, see what your clients are doing. But if you go on there, it is so easy to just get sucked in. And in the end, you ask yourself, is that time in alignment with your goals? There's a lot of great information you could find on there. You know, a very close friend of mine, she literally will tell you can find anything on TikTok. And it's crazy some of the things you could find on there. The content on there is way better than Instagram. But this is things that can have meaningful purpose, from like how to buy clothes, fashion trends, different health tips, personal care. But the question is when you go on here every day related to you, your business, and your goals, what are you there to do? And are you spending, I always tell people, if you spent the same amount of time on personal development and yourself as you do on these platforms, everything you wanted ever in life and more you'd have. But for us to prioritize and focus on ourselves can be very challenging. Some people don't know what to do. Some people are distracted. Sometimes it's challenging. Sometimes it's an easy thing to do, right? Like it's all that filler time in a day that is the difference. The most productive people take their filler time and fill it with productive things they need to do. So number one, we all need an awareness of what is the purpose. So when we start looking at our pages, right? Number one is, what is the purpose of your Instagram page? And I'll tell you what, it's not to sell listings. They're called social media. No one goes on there to search for homes. Number two, what does your page say about you? If you look at our page, I would hope, says that I'm a business coach, we're into personal development, that we care about the community more than we care about ourselves, that we like bringing people together. We really care about people having great lives. If you look at my stories, you can tell that I'm into fitness, growth, working through your challenges, that I love my children, that I'm a family person. That's what my page says about me. So if you ask yourself this, and this is really interesting, I've met some people that if you meet them in person, they're the most thoughtful, kind, listening people that just make you feel good because they want to know everything about you. But then you go on their page, it's filled with listings, you'd think they're the quintessential salesperson. Doesn't really work, right? Now, the next thing I want you guys to focus on is, who are you on Instagram and who are you in real life? Like, do those two things really align? So can I go on your page and really know who you are? Because your Instagram grid is your new resume. Like when people look you up online, they're going to look at those 9, 12 pictures, whatever it is that people look at, and they're going to figure out who you are and if they want to engage with you. So whatever those pictures, captions, words, all those things are really important. Because if someone wants to consider doing business with you and they're a stranger and they're interviewing other people, all of those things are going to give you a certain thought, a certain feeling, and a certain action. I remember being an agent, and I was one of the first people to sign up for Zillow Premier Agent. It used to be an incredible ROI. And like the zip code used to only have a certain amount of percentage, and then they just saturated and saturated and saturated. So I found that most of my clients were women whose husbands work predominantly, and they're looking to move out of New York City to the suburbs. So back then, like Facebook was the thing. So I knew that my Facebook profile had to be curated in a way that they would feel comfortable meeting a man that was a stranger. So I posted things about running, personal development, exercise, my family, and I didn't talk so much about real estate because for me, it was more important for them to know who I was than what I did. So the question is, do people look you up on your page? Do people really know who you are? Interesting conversation, right? Not what you thought about when you came up with the social media calendar. Look, a calendar is easy, right? It's just being planned and purposeful. But all of these details are what makes a difference. And the other thing to note before you guys spend endless hours of doing this, it's a pay-to-play platform. Meaning, if you're not spending money at ads, a lot of people don't see your stuff. If you're not engaging with people, like you're not going to get boosted in the algorithm. These pages don't, or these platforms don't perform well for people that are just really into themselves. Do we have an idea now how to audit our own pages? All right, I'm going to pull up the social media calendar. What a lot of people don't know is when we started our business, we had a social media agency. I've been teaching social media on a national platform for probably 10 years, back to like, if you look up Chirag Shah Realtor on YouTube, you'll see a 23-year-old kid with horrible suits because it's all I could afford in front of a whiteboard because I looked like I was 12, trying to teach people content. I've been doing this for a long time. And I think this is a really good platform if you use your time on them wisely. So here is a social calendar. So if you look here, you can break it out into themes: personal interest, local highlight, listing feature, local highlight, listing feature. This is what this particular team wanted to do. So now if you look at it, it's color coordinated, right, for the type of post. And then you start looking at it, you put an image, the type of image, the creative type, a link to the image, a caption. And now if you overthink captions, ChatGPT is something really good to write a caption on. You put your hashtags in and then the post tags and a geotag. And if you look at it, this is what it looks more robust over a week. This one was a carousel. And they literally plan this out a month in advance. Based on doing research, you can know all your property hashtags, compass-related hashtags, lifestyle photos, New York specific, market update coming soon, current events, and tags. These are all the other people that they found benefit tagging in their posts. So we'll clear this out and provide you with this template. Now, how do you actually do this? Is filling in a calendar complicated with this? No, it really isn't. You know what's complicated? When you have to start thinking of your post the day of. That's when this stuff becomes complicated. So you want to start planning ahead. First, I would start with everyone do 3 posts a week. The second thing I would do is I'd block an hour a week if I was doing this just to plan all my content. Instagram has a scheduling feature, later.com. There's all these different apps that you can literally just plan it and do it. And remember this, go back to your core 4. If most of your business is not coming from here, you shouldn't be spending 5, 6, 7 hours a week on this when you haven't even built the foundation of your CRM. I always tell people CRM before social. It's like a #1 rule of business. If your CRM is not organized, where you have confidence in who you reach out to, how you reach out to them, and what you're doing with them, do not start doing this. This is not the cake. This is like the frosting, the sprinkles, the candle, but it's not the cake. The CRM is your cake. Now, let's talk about how do you effectively talk about listings. Does anyone want to know how to do that? Okay, first rule is Mary Murphy. Do not copy and paste your listing description. Do not. That's what all people do. No one came on there to say, you know, some of the things that people write are crazy. Stately colonial located on tree-lined street in premier suburban neighborhood. No person ever woke up and said, hey, honey, let's go spend all our life savings to live on a stately colonial tree-lined street. Means a nice way of saying it's filled with bugs. Lots of trees, lots of bugs, right? Like this crazy the way that people talk. So if someone wants to drop a link to their listing in here, I'm going to walk you through exactly how you do this. So you guys have an example. See, storytelling is what you want to do. So whoever has the first link into their listing, we will do a live demo. One person, we need a listing. Sasha. Do you know, I realized I wrote you a whole message back about you and your daughter, and you sent me this amazing email, and it never went to you because you never responded. I realized it's stuck in the outbox somewhere. So you're a proud mom, and I'm proud of you, and you've done an incredible job with your children, and they're lucky to have you as a mom. So I just wanted to say that here, and thank you for always being present. Ooh, look at this view. Home had inspect. Okay, let's go to public remarks. Welcome to 4555 Alhambra, a stunning property located in coveted Sunset Cliffs community of Point Loma. With its breathtaking panoramic ocean views and convenient proximity to Sunset Cliffs and Ocean Beach, this home is a true gem. Standout features of this home include outdoor patio to enjoy the ocean air, vaulted grand room ceilings, double fireplaces, secluded office retreat, 2 garages for 4 vehicles. The second garage is located in the back. Okay. So if we look at these pictures, I want you guys to write in the chat, what do you think is the feature that stands out the most? It's not the blue carpets. Sasha, can you see the sunset from here? Or sunrise? Views, 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 views. Let Sasha unmute herself. Sasha?
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay, great. Yeah, it's west facing, so sunset.
Okay, so one, we should have a sunset photo.
Yeah, we've had no sun in San Diego, believe it or not, for 2 months. So I rescheduled these photos 3 times to get what we have. But now that we're finally getting out of the gloom, I'm going to reshoot it. But it is what it is. Believe it or not, I had to go to Minnesota to find sun last week.
Yeah, it was kind of cold when I went to California. So here's my question. So all of these views are generally from a balcony, right?
Mm-hmm.
So here's how I would rephrase this. So if I would post one of these pictures and everything like that, and I would maybe post, let's see. Oops. Where's this balcony off of here?
The dining room.
This is the dining room, right? Can you fit like a little small table out there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I would write this. Have you ever wondered what it would be like to enjoy a nice meal with a cup of coffee with family and friends and enjoy the view of a California sunset every day? We find that meals, the laughter, the memories that we build with people are some of the most important things. And with having an amazing view, it always makes life better. What is your favorite memory of a sunset that you can share? Or have you ever wondered what it's like to enjoy dinner, a glass of wine, enjoy California sunsets every single day? 455 Alhambra Street gives you the unique opportunity to sit outside your dining room every day while enjoying the dinner, the San Diego weather, and a California sunset. What would be your favorite experience to have on this balcony? Or what would you enjoy doing most? Something like that, and it ends with a question. So does that make sense to everybody? And if you share that on social media, you're sharing experiences, right? And that's what we call the ownership experience. The ownership experience is creating the idea in somebody's mind where they could share exactly what's going to happen as if they're already experiencing it. So if I'm looking at this house, I want to look at this house and be like, oh my God, I can go here and I could put my table out there. I could eat dinner every day. I'm thinking in my mind, looking at it, like how cool it would be to have a grill out there and every night just sit out there with my family and watch the sunset and the skies become orange. And you can make a photo book of different California. There's so many things you can do. And so in doing this, like if you're going like here, this is what ChatGPT is for. Let's see. Social media caption for home where you can eat dinner and enjoy sunset. Enjoy California sunsets. Dine, unwind, and delight in California sunsets from the comfort of your home. Step outside your dining room and enjoy friends, family, meals, laughter while watching the sky turn orange every single day. There's so many different things you can do, right? Let's see, add more details. Welcome to our enchanting abode where evenings bring the perfect blend of delectable cuisine and breathtaking California sunsets. Indulge in home cooked dinners while the warm rays of the sun gently caresses your face, casting a golden glow across the horizon. Savor each bite as the vibrant hues of pink, orange, and purple paint the sky, creating a mesmerizing backdrop for your dining experience. Our home is not just a place to eat, it's a sanctuary where you can escape, unwind, and immerse yourself in the beauty of nature's canvas. Come join us and let the magic of California sunsets ignite your senses and fill your heart with joy. I would want that. Who doesn't want that? And this is the benefit of artificial intelligence. This is how it works. Literally, we got the first thing, add more details, it did, and you just keep asking it questions and I'll do it. So here's a cool thing. You can go on handshake.com and get interns, right? Kelly Robinson's a good friend, and I met her when I got to Compass. I've known her for 5 years. I did an in-person training. It was like an army of 6 people. I'm like, who are these people and what do they do? Right. And what we found out was she had 6 interns that she got. So there's a way that you can leverage other people to do this. The next thing is, look, if I was on social media right now, if there's something cool that I really wanted to do you know that like no one really understands what the process of selling a home is? So I would document the whole entire thing through Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube and TikTok. And I would say, hey, my name is Chirag Shah I'm an agent in Compass in Westport. You know, one of the things that we found out throughout blank amount of years is that no one really understands the process of selling a home. From the time you decide to move, it could be one of the most challenging, uncomfortable processes to get to the next chapter. someone will come in your house and literally tell you that every way that you live has to change, from taking the pictures that you enjoy the most, the magnets that remind you of the things you need to do off your fridge, to even changing the paint colors, because your home can't be your home. It now needs to be a place that appeals to the largest group of people. From bringing in stagers to photographers to cinematographers to public open houses, broker open houses, feedback, which could be views as someone criticizing the way that you live. It is one of the most challenging processes that a person could live through. Our job is, as an advisor and a facilitator, is to create a 5-star luxury experience. And we're going to document this entire process so you have an idea end to end what really a great client experience is and what selling a home really entails. And I'll literally go through all the steps that document the whole thing. So if anyone ever looked up what you did, or any client you ever say, yeah, I documented the entire process. If you want to know anything about how we do, you'll have clients. Like I had this one client, I had no idea. The guy was like a performer in a band and he was just dying to be on camera. So he's like, any opportunity you have to be part of anything, I've wanted to be an actor, I've wanted to do this. People love this stuff, and you'll know who the right clients are. Especially if they have a business or anything else too, they'll love all this kind of free exposure. So that's a fun project. I've shared this idea for years. No one's ever done it. But I have a feeling someone will be organized out of these 2 playbook groups and do it. Big lift takes organization and takes a plan. So look, that's what I have for all of you today. And I want to leave you guys with a few thoughts. Focus on the things that will move the needle the most. Your core 4, you need to know it. You need to understand the KPIs of money as this economy gets like this. You need to have your CRM set up and it's simplified. Have all of you signed up for our webinar tomorrow? Person, drop the link in the chat. Look, one of the things that I've been sharing with people, and it's nice to see Shannon in San Diego, it is how to effectively pitch yourself in a competitive market. There's 3 agents to every listing. If you don't know how to talk to people, it is going to be the biggest challenge and the biggest downfall of your business. No matter how many leads you get, if you don't know how to clearly communicate what you offer, it doesn't matter. My perceived value is all the stuff that I offer you, right? Our platform, the recordings, the deliverables, the live trainings, the expert mentors. But the most important concept is actualized value. What you take out of your business, have a better business and a better life. And if you're not getting it, all the stuff we have is worthless. So how does that translate to your business? All the things that you offer your clients are worthless if they don't understand what they are and how it benefits them. This is what we're going to start getting into. And we keep getting questions, I would say probably 5 to 7 a day, of what's the difference between this and end-to-end, the Compass selling system. Look, it's really simple. The Compass selling system is a done-for-you system with all my words, all my emails, all of our templates, organized into 95 steps that create a perfect client experience. And our vision for that program is a done-for-you system that puts everything eventually you need into just one coaching system and done for you. So now, like, you know, we're still in pre-launch. You could literally get in for $200 a month. It's $1,200 for 6 months. Playbook is about strategy, right? Content calendars, core 4, KPIs of money, things that you build on top of creating a great client experience, how to analyze your business, right? The 2 things go hand in hand. And the end-to-end, there's so many different things. And it's not like a coaching program. You could be in here for 12, 15 weeks. And sometimes what you want is not until week 4, 5, or 6. The whole thing, when we release it in August, is available to you on the first day. Tell people this all the time. Look, come lock in at a low price, download everything. If you never want to come back again, that's fine. But have this information and know what you need to practice every day. So you guys will see a whole bunch of emails like, look, I know how competitive it is in the market. And I've seen agents use a lot of these things, even our best clients, sometimes like, oh, this is only for people starting out. No, Ben Glazer's a client and a friend. He was previously the #1 small team in America. That Keys to an Effective partnership we have with the script got him $200,000 in less than 5 minutes with a $4 million client. This stuff works. So you'll see these emails come out. I put a whole list of bonuses out because I want to be your partner. So for anyone that signs up for this, you'll see before the end of the week or through our webinar, we're going to have all these different bonuses from our effective communication, our communication plan with additional scripts, the effective partnerships with all the pricing objections, the Compass Tech video, the raw file so you can edit it, do what you want, all the email templates. And the most important one is how to answer these 4 questions on a pitch. What makes you different? What makes you different than other agents? The second one is, what exactly are you going to do to market my home to get me the best price? What is your communication plan? The 4th one is, how do you utilize technology to sell my home faster for more money? If you can't answer those 4 questions for people, you're going to forever have a problem. This is what I'm talking about, the base skills of your business. And thank you, Mary Murphy, for signing up for a lifetime. So we have a lifetime offer, right? Like you can pay once for $5,000. You have the platform and all the updates and everything to it forever. So I'm not here to sell you anything, as you guys are already part of a program, but I don't get a chance to generally sit with 50, 60 people and explain this thing in these kinds of details. And so what is our base or CRM? You have to know how to talk to people, whether it's through your CRM or in person. And even if you're a buyer's agent, eventually you'll have an opportunity for a listing. And that's why this stuff is really important. It's time that we stop figuring out on our own. And that's why we created this pricing tier, because look, money should not be the barrier to entry to growth. And when things cost thousands of dollars, at times it can be challenging. It's a minimum of a 6-month commitment. But you pay once today for $200, your price never goes up. That's the monthly rate. And you don't have to pay again until September. That's it. So look, either way, do it yourself, do it with us. But the third thing is there's no choice. You have to do something. This market is changing way too fast. It's way too competitive. Discounters, commission cutters make a living in this market because people can't communicate what they offer. So no one wants to pay a full commission. If you're a Compass, you quantifiably have more to offer people than any other brokerage in the world. So there's no reason that you should ever lose out on that 1%, the commission cutters or the discounted people that don't do anything. So those are my thoughts for today. Based on what you guys said, for the next set of playbooks, we will implement the monthly, here's how to go back and get the most out of coaching to actually you guys know how to do it. We'll get into calendars and performance management and everything else. But look, my goal is simple, and you guys know this. I come from my heart. I truly love you all, and I want you all to have better lives. But if we can't focus, schedule, and understand how to get the most out of the things we have, it's not going to happen, or at least in the time frame we want. So you keep sharing feedback, and we'll keep the program fluid. We have no problem doing more. And that's how a partnership works. So as always, love in my heart. I love you all. I'll see you guys all on the webinar tomorrow. I have Rory coming into our office. Him and I are going to do in literally an hour on what he finds the best secrets to pitching using tech is. And it's really nice to get an hour of him just to share value with you guys. So we'll see you again. Bye, everybody.